Friday fight night, the highly anticipated rematch of one of the biggest upsets of last year.
Down goes Anderson in the first round. That wasn't in the script. Down again, touch with the glove. He's boxing so well. Is the title slipping away? Cracking shot from McIntyre. And he will become the British welterweight champion. What a wonderful display of boxing from a huge underdog.
It simply had to happen again as Kevin McIntyre makes the first defence of his British welterweight title against the man he won it from, Kevin Anderson. We are live from the Kelvin Hall in Glasgow. Hi there, good evening from the most historic of Scottish boxing arenas, a venue made famous by the exploits of our very own Jim Watts, who won 4 world title fights in this very ring. Jim, eager to find out if Anderson can exact revenge, is also looking forward to seeing some of the most exciting young prospects in Scottish boxing, none more so than this man.
Paul Appleby.
Good shot from Appleby. Lovely uppercut. A class shot. And now he pounces. People are getting excited. Paul Appleby, the Scottish hope.
Paul Appleby with British title aspirations of his own. Tonight we're concentrating on the British welterweight title. Here's Ed Robinson.
Kevin Anderson's gunning for revenge against the man who ripped away his title, Kevin McIntyre.
That was a bad Kevin Anderson, a good Kevin McIntyre, so I'm coming back. I'm coming to get my title.
Anderson was the established star after a series of championship classics, but it was the punching postman who finally delivered.
Finally it's came together and I feel now that I've done it, it's just a big weight off my shoulders. I can just look forward to future fights and that now.
Regrouping at his Manchester training base, Anderson's been working hard with trainer Bob Shannon on putting things right.
His mind's 100% on the job now. He's got to win this fight and he's come back now determined to get his belt back, and he will get it back.
And Anderson's impressed in all-out sparring sessions with southpaw David Barnes.
Everybody puts you down when you have a defeat, so it's about getting back in the gym, getting the work done and going and getting my title back.
Obviously he's got to commit the traps fast, but I'll be prepared for that.
Another loss to McIntyre would spell career disaster for Anderson.
I think it's a make-or-break fight for the two of them, and it's a terrible thing to say, but I think that's a fact.
So will Anderson put the record straight and claim the Lonsdale belt for keeps, or does McIntyre simply have his number?
I will drag him into the trenches and see if he could get out.
I've only done my homework on him and I've got the style to beat him every day of the week, I think.
Jim, when he won that belt, was that the best we've seen of McIntyre?
Yeah, without a doubt, that was way beyond anything he'd even hinted at producing in the past. But that night, his plan was right, his tactics were right, he carried them out to perfection. Off to a flying start, he decked Anderson in the first couple of rounds, and from that point on, he just did not allow Kevin Anderson into the fight. We do know Anderson will box better tonight, but the gap was so wide that night. Will he be good enough?
Was he really below par that night, though?
Yeah, I think he took this defence lightly, and I think he took it too soon off after his previous one. I think he was looking upon this fight as his Lonsdale belt fight, and I think that their minds were ahead looking for European titles and such. But I tell you, his mind will be on the job tonight.
The Kelvin Hall is really buzzing this evening. Your commentators Adam Smith and Glenn McCrory after our MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event, the fight of the night. Would you please welcome to the ring now the challenger from Methil Fife. It's Kevin Anderson.
Well, he's still only 24, but this has turned into a mini make or break for Kevin Anderson. Certainly in terms of real career potential for the steely, strong, come-forward aggressor from the Fife Coast. Everything going well he was looking an efficient British champion until November and Mr. McIntyre. Was he exposed style-wise, or was it just a seriously off night?
Well, I think it was an off night. He's got it all to do here. He's got to prove it. But already coming into the ring, he looks much more intense and focused.
Yeah, the word is good on Anderson. He has trained ferociously hard. Meanwhile, backstage, here he comes. He can call himself a British champion. He's waited a long time. He's not going to want to throw it all away now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the champion from Paisley, Kevin McIntyre.
Crackling atmosphere, a wonderful entrance, and doesn't he deserve it? Brimming with belief, the Paisley postman who grasped his opportunity against Anderson. Is there more to come?
Well, he resurrected his career with a fight of his life. And maybe that's just put him on the road to bigger and better things.
It's a fight everybody has been looking forward to in and around the train. Anderson 5 years younger, and the height and reach advantage with the new champion McIntyre. Both exactly the same, 10-6-12 inside the 10-7 limit. McIntyre being around a decade, more experience, but the bigger puncher, Anderson. It really is fascinating.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the legendary Kelvin Hall, Glasgow, Scotland, for tonight's championship boxing. Proudly presented by Tommy Gilmore, MBE, for the St Andrews Sporting Club, in association with Barry Hearn of Matchroom Sport. All sponsored here by Skyline Installations, the #1 for satellite and aerial. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing for the British Welterweight Championship. It's live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. It's Friday Fight Night. All the officials appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, the Scottish Area Council, Bernard Connolly at ringside, timekeeper Jim Kirkwood of Kilmarnock, 3 scoring judges: Mark Green, Romford, London; John Keane of Wellingborough; and Victor Loughlin of Paisley. Our referee in charge of the action from Woodlesford, Leeds, Mr. Dave Paris. They are the officials. Here are the contestants. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you firstly, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks and weighing in at 10 stone, 6 pounds, 12 ounces, a 22 fight record, 20 wins, 12 inside the scheduled distance, and only 2 defeats. He is the former British and Commonwealth welterweight champion from Methil in the Kingdom of Five, Scotland, Kevin Anderson. And across the ring comes the champion. He's fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and silver trunks, weighing in at 10 stone, 6 pounds, 12 ounces, with a 30-fight record, 25 wins, 8 inside the scheduled distance, and just 5 defeats. He is the reigning and defending British welterweight champion, making his first defense of the coveted Lonsdale belt. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Paisley, Scotland, Kevin McIntyre. So, sports fans and Friday Fight Night fans, let's get the action underway. 12 rounds of boxing for the British Welterweight Championship.
Okay, boys, I spoke to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect you? Punch with the knuckle part of the glove. If one of you go down, the other go to the furthest neutral corner. Break. Defend yourself at all times.
Enthralling rematch for the prestigious British welterweight crown. Role reversal. The challenger is now champion, and the former king aims for redemption. Returns often go the same way, but plenty of people fancy Anderson here to come through if he can cope with McIntyre's style. It's a good one.
It is a good one. I think the early rounds are key. Somebody has to take control, and last time it was McIntyre, and he won the fight. Can Anderson get in there early and ruffle the feathers of McIntyre?
Yeah, it was Anderson who was down in the opening round and the second session. Not in the script. McIntyre on the counter. And again, Anderson trying to get close, and he'll be looking to deliver the body shots and rough up McIntyre and make a dent on him.
One of the things we have to see from Anderson is a bit more head movement. He was very upright, got caught a lot last time.
Well, they have been working very intently on just that. Swinging underneath ropes in the gym that Bob Shannon controls in Manchester. He's been sharing a house with David Barnes, and they've been sparring huge numbers of rounds and running the Glossop Hills. Anderson's ready, but has McIntyre got his number?
Well, McIntyre's got the confidence from that great win last time out. He'll think he can do it again. He's got good boxing skills behind the southpaw jab.
And he only had 3.5 weeks' notice last time. This time, he's had 8. And he says he'll come on from being a champion. But surely Anderson won't be so bad again.
Well, Anderson moving that head, getting the hands up. He's doing the right thing.
They both know the importance of this fight. And it's caught the imagination up here, this Tartan tussle.
Yeah, it certainly has. Well, a lot of people thought McIntyre just had the fight of his life, and it was a very under par Anderson. But was it? You know, is McIntyre just a late developer? Is he coming into his best years?
Self-belief's good from Kevin McIntyre. Anderson was a 12-1 on, red-hot favourite last time. This time it's McIntyre who's the 2-1 on favourite for the return. Good body shot from Anderson. Level playing, first round.
The new Tiguan, the compact 4x4 from Volkswagen.
Just feint a bit, get that jab going. Feint a bit, right? Make a mess, punish him.
Bob Shannon leading the corner alongside Benny King.
Don't let him get confident between.
Bob was telling us earlier this will be over within 6 rounds. It will be totally different. What did you learn in the first 3 minutes?
Round 2.
Well, he's a little more cautious than I expected, Anderson. He obviously got a lot of respect for McIntyre, but he was moving his head a lot more. He knows what he's got to do.
The red trunks, he's changed them, Kevin Anderson. White and green last time, a new look. The same black and silver for Kevin McIntyre, the southpaw from Paisley. McIntyre in his 31st fight. He has lost 5 times and he's been stopped 5 times, but he's turned his career around under manager Barry Hughes.
Yeah, Paris just wanted it cleaned up a little bit. Not quite gelling. Both of them look to land big shots there, though.
See, Anderson had that terrible start last time. He never really recovered. Uppercut from McIntyre, but pressure from Anderson here. It's certainly better than it was last time. He was in a daze for most of the fight.
Yeah, he was. He had such a terrible start on the floor a couple of times, and he was hurt, and he never got into the fight. He often starts slowly and then builds up. Last time he couldn't. Can he here?
Right hand from Anderson, who hits with authority, and he's got the edge and championship experience as well. Really trying to move that head, bob and weave.
He's got to keep doing that. McIntyre looking for the left hand after the southpaw jab.
McIntyre was saying that he knew that Anderson would come out very fast and that the first 3 rounds were vital. He's had to cope with that and then get into his rhythm and start boxing his sort of fight.
He's livelier than he was last time, Anderson, but still getting hit with a straight shot.
They've also sparred about 50 rounds together as well, these two. Both say they got the advantage, but they would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they certainly would. It was a surprise he was hurt off McIntyre last time. He's only got 8 inside schedule wins in his 30 fights, McIntyre.
I think the whole evening was a surprise last time in Irvine. This more even already.
For me, Anderson just a bit busier, trying to force the fight. He's on the front foot. But there's still some good counters from McIntyre.
Good right to the head and one to the body from Anderson, who's having a decent second. Body shot back from McIntyre. This is beautifully poised.
Still looking for the right hook.
Anderson's round.
Crucial second legs in the UEFA Champions League live on Sky Sports. Tuesday from 7, Celtic need a miracle in Barcelona.
Oh, absolutely brilliant.
Plus Sevilla Fenerbahce. Then Wednesday from 6, Chelsea face Olympiacos in their must-win game at the Bridge. Plus Real Madrid v Roma. And Porto v Schalke. The UEFA Champions League live on Sky Sports.
All right, you're pushing that and it's still a tool.
Kevin McIntyre now with Colin Belshaw, an old friend from the amateurs. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, we look quite focused in the corner, listening to everything, taking notice. His boxing is quite good.
Seconds out, round
Maybe
2.
just needs to step up the pace a little bit, McIntyre.
Third round, British welterweight title at stake. If he'd beaten Kevin McIntyre in November, Kevin Anderson would have won the Lonsdale belt to keeps. He will do if he wins the coveted title back tonight. So that's an added intent for Anderson, but he just needs to win. Hugely important. Right from McIntyre. On the counter, Anderson didn't like that. He can charge in, Glenn, can't he, like that, Anderson?
Yeah, when he comes in and his body's not moving very quickly, it's just dipping side to side quite slowly, so he leaves himself open. That was a decent left hook there from Anderson.
Yeah, that crack through. McIntyre has been a bit vulnerable in the past. And Anderson will just be trying to break him down steadily. 4 title fights last year. Anderson might have been stale, might have all been a bit too much. He blames it on the diet. And he was saying that he's got a better conditioner this time. And he's in really good shape. Dave Paris just tidying it up. They're so keen, aren't they, and committed. Great to see.
Yeah, last time Anderson coming off some tough fights, Ali Numbembe, Eamon McGee, and then Francis Jones in that thriller. You know, all just took a little bit out of them, one thought.
McIntyre trying to get his jab going. Faced with a different Anderson tonight. Concentrating hard. He sold a lot of tickets, Kevin McIntyre, and he's enjoyed a little bit of fame up here. That's what he needs to do, isn't it?
Yeah, he needs to get that jab going, not single shots. He needs to double it up. It's the combinations that's going to hurt Anderson. But just missing with a few too many shots at the moment, McIntyre.
Attempting to get himself set. Outpointed him so convincingly last time.
Both missing quite a few punches in this round. Certainly nobody dominant yet.
A good shot from McIntyre. Just flicks his leg, Anderson. It's one of the habits he brings in the ring. Better from the champion at the end of the third. Think he might have nicked that one.
All-new Mazda 2. It's fit.
Next action on Friday fight night, Rendell Monroe challenges Kiko Martinez for the European Super Bantamweight title. Jason Booth defends his Commonwealth Bantamweight title on the same bill. Both fights live for you. That's next Friday, 9:30. Make a note of the channel. We're on Sky Sports 2 for that one.
Yep, good fights coming thick and fast for you on Sky. And here's one that's, well, maybe very dead even at the moment. Could be level. But you've got Anderson maybe one in front. It's what you like so far.
Yeah, maybe. But McIntyre finished the last round well and started this one with a nice burst of punches.
3 judges at ringside now in British title fights. Mark Green, John Keane and Victor Loughlin. And John Keane and Victor Loughlin were there for their first meeting, so they know all about them.
McIntyre's starting to pick his shots better in this round, starting to let a few go. He's starting to loosen up to the task.
A body shot from McIntyre, who has crumbled before. But that was mainly down at light welterweight, knocked out by Nigel Wright. It's a really bad night for him early on. Anderson coming on, tries the uppercut and getting close to the body. Because he'll think McIntyre could still be fragile.
Yeah, well, you know, he's had 5 losses all inside schedule, and you think, you know, he can be broken down. That's been proven in the past, but Anderson's got to get through with enough punches to do that. And, you know, Anderson can get caught coming in. He's got to move that head more.
He employed a hypnotist last time, Kevin McIntyre. Dr. Alan Curley didn't want to, thought it was a load of rubbish, but he helped him and he brought him back for this. Says it's really given him a steely belief that when things aren't going so well in the ring, he can dig in and survive through those spells. Good left from McIntyre, getting the range now, finding the accuracy.
Yeah, starting to get through a few more cleaner punches, and that means that Anderson's not moving his head. That bodes a bit of danger, doesn't it, for Kevin Anderson?
Just becoming ragged, Anderson. Gloves up there from McIntyre. He can't let the pacey southpaw get into his rhythm. And that's his riposte, which was good.
Yeah, that was good. 2 right hands and punch to the body. But he needs a lot more of that.
Cuffing right from McIntyre, who's just beginning to establish control.
Carrying himself with a little air of authority in this round, Kevin McIntyre. His best yet.
Fighting like a champion, who's growing in confidence, holding this belt, and he wants to take it home with him tonight. Good round for McIntyre.
I got a certain little girl, she's on my mind. No doubt about it, she looks so fine. She's the best girl that I ever had. Sometimes you're gonna make me feel so bad. Hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name.
Well, this is a super match. It really is. Kevin Anderson and the left side and Kevin McIntyre. And they have landed exactly the same. 34 apiece.
Yeah, well, that's kind of going along my scorecard. I've got them level at the moment. This fight really poised.
Fascinating one. Remember the red trunks of Kevin Anderson and the white boots. Stands at 5'8". He's outreached by a couple of inches from the southpaw of Kevin McIntyre. He showed so much heart and grit and guts, Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, first 2 for Anderson, and now McIntyre coming into the fight. He's won the last 2 for me.
Yes, he's just boxing with more rhythm. He's more fluid now. Kevin McIntyre, he knew he would have to weather the storm.
He might have thought he was going to get a bit more of a storm. I certainly did, but he didn't do that, Anderson. He probably nicked the first 2 rounds, but not massively.
Good shot from McIntyre. Yeah. Anderson being caught on the way in. Is he as quick as he once was, even at 24?
Yeah, he's a little more predictable, isn't he? You know, he's somewhat of a tearaway when he first came on the scene. You know, quick to get in. He's lost a little bit of that. You know, comes forward just in straight lines. You know, he's not giving them any angle. Seems to have lost a bit of foot speed.
Often in hard and grueling fights. When he won the Commonwealth title against Joshua O'Kine, and that terrific scrap with young Muttley when he was down and almost out early on, and he came back to prevail. Can't question his heart and his will to win, Anderson. But those fights could have just taken something out of them.
Yeah, maybe they have. Seems to have lost a little bit of hand speed.
Tiny mark under the left eye of Kevin McIntyre. Putting his shots together really nicely now.
Well, what Anderson's doing wrong is he's given McIntyre too much room. McIntyre needs that to get his good punches off. Now he's boxing, moving around the ring, getting his combinations off, making Anderson look a little bit pedestrian.
And flat-footed, juicy uppercut, wasn't it? A few seconds ago from Kevin McIntyre.